Hi everyone, it's Mark here again. I'm the founder of the Arts and Culture Network. I checked this morning and we're now at 143,000 members across our 8 arts and culture LinkedIn groups. And this is the best part of the job for me. This is where I get to say hello to one of our full members and introduce them to you. So I'm delighted that Bente has joined me today. Thank you so much for joining me today, Bente.
Well, thank you too, Mark, for having me. This
This is
is
fun. This is the fun bit for me. So I'm going to create your fantasy cultural year from the answers to 10 easy questions. And I might have changed them a little bit. So I know you've done your homework, but you never
Mhm.
know. And if there's time, we'll play the this or that game at the end, which is always fun as well. So
Okay.
before we do that, would you like to say hi to everyone? Tell us where you're based and the work that you do. And then we'll get started.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm brand new here. I was introduced by an ambassador member. I don't know exactly how he found me because I wasn't a member, but I'm grateful because here I am. I'm a month in and already having an interview with Mark. So I'm grateful. This is fun. I'm based in California, north of San Francisco. And I'm from Denmark originally. I've had a number of different careers. I've been a kind of an explorer of life. So I've been through 14 years as in management in the airline industry, 14 years in the sailing world, and 14 years in an art supply store that I turned into a bit of an art center with art um, events and shows and demos and classes and all that. So I've helped a few artists. I know there's a lot of artists here. But in parallel with that, I've always had this obsession with the power of the mind and how the mind works. And that's kind of where I find myself now. All these careers are coming together and I'm fusing them and have a desire to share what I've learned, what I know, what skills I have. So I'm now launching a business it's not coaching, but LinkedIn doesn't allow us to say anything other than coaching. I don't have a category that fits me, but it's three different modalities. It's heart brain coherence. It's learning how to not be managed by our thoughts and feelings, and it's social emotional intelligence and skills. So that's how I help people kind of get better inner coherence and mental coherence and cognitive coherence. Yes.
That's fantastic. That's really valuable work. I love the way that you're bringing all of those skills together, which is fantastic. There is a lovely book called The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. And one of the early rules, it's by Jack Reese, I think. One of the early rules is if you can't be first in your category, create a new category. And you've done that,
Well,
clearly.
I'm not. And yes and no. I'm not claiming that I discovered how the mind works, but I came across theories of about 20 years ago that have been amazingly helpful to me, and I am speaking from that point. And as far as marketing goes, yes, I'm not. I don't follow the trend because I don't have an avatar. I don't have a guru because I'm not doing the work. I'm not healing anybody. I'm not fixing anybody. You're going to do the work. I'm just telling you what I know and how you can do it too.
That's great. Well, thank you from all of us for that kind of work because that's extremely valuable. That's brilliant. I think it was our Belgian ambassador, Vincent Meselier, who introduced you to me. So a big shout out to Vincent for advocating so strongly for us. Excellent. Well, wherever this appears, there'll be links in the accompanying texts. Just to let you know, we'll post this to our YouTube channel. We'll write a profile about you. We'll put it on our SoundCloud channel. We'll also post it to our podcast on Spotify. It'll be embedded in a profile we'll write for you on our website, and then that'll then be promoted to the 800,000 monthly users of our LinkedIn groups. Until it's had over 1,000 impressions by pinning it to the top of the group. So watch out for that, everyone. Thank you.
It's amazing what you do.
Yeah, and thank you. So that's great. So there'll be lots of links to various resources that you can share with us that we'll put in the profile for people. So excellent. Now, this is the fun bit. Excuse me. I want to create your fantasy cultural year. Think of me as the cultural magician in this segment. I can wave a magic wand and I can place you anywhere, allow you to do anything or meet anyone. And so in order to place you somewhere in the world, I need to ask you, what is your favorite building?
It would have to be the stock exchange in Copenhagen.
Right.
It's 400 years old, and it inspired me to become a writer in many ways when I was a kid, because the spire is are four dragon tails intertwined, and it has inspired many stories for me.
I'm going to show our guests so they can have a look. I'll just quickly share my screen. Where are we? There we go. I think that's the right one. That it?
That's it.
And
Yes.
those are the dragon tails. Are they dragons on there?
Yeah, those are the dragon's feet. Yeah. And unfortunately, in April this year, it caught fire and that spear tumbled.
Oh, what a shame. That's
I think every
while it
Dane,
was being renovated, it looks like.
yeah, every Dane was breathless for a moment, I think.
Oh, oh, that's such a shame.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that's a wonderful. I'm going to put you back in front of the stock exchange in Copenhagen before the fire, in its heyday, and I'm going to place you at a pavement cafe within sight of the stock exchange, and it's June, it's sunny, it's 6 p.m. and you're enjoying a bit of relaxation there and enjoying that view of the dragon's tails. I love that. And on the right next to you is a book. It can be your favorite book, a recent discovery, a book that's been with you all your life, a book that's changed your life. What book would you have at your side there?
It would be Inevitable Grace by Piero Ferrucci. I don't know if I say that in Italian well enough, but it's a very interesting book that I could read again and again about how men and women across time have found ways through art or dance or music or will or action to self-realization.
Wow.
Yes.
Inevitable
Grace.
Grace. What a lovely title. Oh, I'm going to
Yeah.
have to look that out.
Yeah.
I'll find it. I hope it's on Audible because I seem only to have time to listen to books now when I'm driving. So
Yeah.
excellent. That's on your right. On your left is a drink, and it can be any drink you like. What's going to be on your left?
It depends on the time of day, I think. If it's before noon, it would be a Bloody Mary.
Okay, nice. It's 6 p.m.
6 p.m., then it would be a cold, chilled Pinot Grigio.
Nice. Very nice. I can see you there. It's great. Okay, now you're feeling quite pleased with yourself because you've just come from a meeting in the Copenhagen Stock Exchange with a very wealthy stockbroker, who is a patron of the arts. And he also enjoys to fund research into the mind, the heart, and people's resilience in the face of adversity, especially in the arts and culture sector. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he has offered to fund a year of study by you, very highly paid, expenses covered, first class all the way. There'll be a book deal and a TV show in it for you. Okay. All you have to do is to decide which country you'd like to conduct that research in. Where are you
Yeah,
off to?
it would be off to Thailand.
Wow. Okay. Fantastic. Thailand. Is there a particular city? Would it be Bangkok, or where would you like to be based in Thailand?
I think I would like to go up to the northern tribes in Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai.
Yes,
Yes. Okay. Well, we'll fly you into Bangkok and then helicopter you to Chiang Mai, or a private jet, something like that.
lovely.
Okay. This sounds like fun. I want to do this. Now you're on the plane. You turned left from San Francisco or Los Angeles, wherever you wanted to fly from. You turned left because you're traveling first class. The steward comes and brings you a lovely chilled Pinot Grigio and a note from your benefactor saying that he'd like to study you while you're studying that. And one of the things he'd like to do is to limit your musical intake to one very specific genre of music that you must listen to the exclusion of all else for 12 months. If that was a request, and he asks this while you're on the plane, so it's too late to get off, what genre of music would you choose in those circumstances?
Sounds a bit like torture
Mm.
to just have one, but I think if I couldn't listen to anything else for a year, it would have to be classical.
Okay. Any composers in particular?
Maybe Chopin.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. My background is in classical music. I was in the City of Birmingham Symphony Orchestra for many years, and
Oh, really?
mine would have to be Mahler.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Wow.
specifically the last 10 minutes of Mahler's Second Symphony, which
Ooh.
fantastic. I used to, when Simon Rattle was conducting the orchestra when I was in it, and he would bring on a huge score of Mahler's Sixth Symphony, open the score, and that would be the last time he would touch the score. He would conduct a hour and three-quarter symphony from memory or something crazy.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Gosh. Well, I'll have
very
to go.
impressive. I asked him once, I said, how do you memorize it? He said, I don't. I've just done it so many times, I don't need to look at the music. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's impressive. Well, there's the mind, right? What the mind does.
Absolutely. That is the mind working. Yes, it's assimilated. It's not learned.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, now you arrive in Bangkok, and there is a group of young people who are students of they're studying the effect, people's capacity to control their minds and the way they think, and their response to things and people. And they've said, we'd like you to settle in, and then we're going to take you to a dance performance and then out to dinner. Now, because it's a magical trip, I can give you any dance performance you like. I can also give you any national cuisine you like as well. So you can have any dancer or dancers, living or dead, any dance group or any dance style. What would you opt for?
Tango.
Lovely. Right, we're going to fly in the world champion Argentine tango dancers. And that's the show you're going to get. Fantastic. They invite you up on the stage and you have a bit of a go yourself as well.
Ooh.
Excellent. Now, what about dinner? I know you're in Thailand. You don't have to stay local. You can choose. Bangkok can give you anything pretty much. So what national cuisine would you choose for dinner?
Well, my favorite food is smoked fish, but since that's really hard to find, outside of Scandinavia and a couple other places, I would probably opt for Thai food.
Yeah, Thai
Yeah.
food. I've waved a magic wand, and the chef has found some smoked fish, and has created a Thai dish just for you, which they're now going to call the Bente. Excellent. Now, next day is sport day. Some of us consider some sports to be equivalent to performance art. I've just seen the Bryony Page, the British trampolinist, win gold at the Paris Olympics, and that was a performance art. So what if you had to sit and watch sport, or are you a sports fan?
Some. Depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you prefer to watch? What would you like to watch in Bangkok for 2 hours?
I think I would pick ice skating.
Ice skating. Nice.
Yeah.
Ice dancing or figure skating?
Figure skating.
Figure skating.
Yeah.
I must send you a video I've found of two young people who are dancing in, I think it's Brown Square in New York, to it's the most amazing thing, and the cameraman deserves a medal as well, because he skates with them. I'll send it to you.
Oh, wow, that'd be lovely. Wow,
Yeah,
thank you.
I'm going to write that down. I'm writing in my scribble, skating for Bente. You wait.
Okay.
You wait. I'll wonder what that means. Excellent. Now, in Bangkok, they have, and up in Chiang Mai, they have a new digital art gallery, and it allows people to immerse themselves in the work of any artist, even to the point of putting on a virtual reality headset and stepping into a painting so that it's 360 degrees, 3 dimensions, characters moving. So which artist's work would you like to step into in that way?
Yeah, there's many, but I think I have been drawn very much to Remedios Varo, the
Oh,
Spanish surrealist.
that's a new one on me. How do you
Oh yeah,
spell Savar? Z, is it?
Remedios, Remidos, I believe is her first name, and Varo, Varo.
Oh, I've
She's
got it.
very intriguing. I think she died in the 60s, but her influences were all over the place, like Picasso, Bosch, Andre Breton, and then into Jung and Sufis and I Ching. And so you can look at one of these pictures and just see so many different things. And
Yeah, that looks incredible.
yeah,
Wow. What nationality is or was she?
she was Spanish.
Spanish.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
fantastic. Okay, so that's Remedios Varo, if you want to go and have a look.
yeah.
Fantastic. Excellent. So you can step into those paintings and walk around the characters, see what's on the back that you couldn't see that she didn't paint.
Wow.
Yeah, that's great. Now I'm going to fly out to meet you. And so we're in Bangkok, and we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And we're going
Okay.
to do a different art event on every day, and you can
Wow.
choose what we do. So on Monday night, we're going to go to a pop or a rock concert. On Tuesday night, we're going to see a play. On Wednesday evening, we're going to a musical. On Thursday, we're going to the opera. And on Friday, we're going to the cinema. So you get to choose what we see. And as this is a magical trip, you can have absolutely anything in those categories. You can even have the original cast. So what pop or rock concert would you want to go to?
Mark Knopfler.
Oh, local hero.
Yes, I know. Yeah, he's a Geordie.
Yeah, that's do that one, isn't it? That's, I think,
Yeah.
local hero. Yeah, love
That's
that. Yeah, and we'll even throw in a kind of time machine so that we can go and so that they'll perform Sultans of Swing as if we were in the 80s.
yes, there we have it.
What about a play on Tuesday? What would you like to see?
Um,
Theatre play.
Romeo and Juliet.
Nice. Traditional or a modern interpretation?
Maybe a modern interpretation.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Rather like Bernstein did. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very lucky. He came and conducted our orchestra when I was at music college, and
Wow.
we were playing his mass, which is rarely performed because it involves quite so many people. But that's a wonderful piece of music as well.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, what about a musical, West End or Broadway kind of musical?
Phantom of the Opera.
Lovely. Fantastic. Is that the one, I think, in London where the chandelier drops, isn't it?
Yes.
In the
Yes.
theatre. Oh no, I've just given it away. Spoiler alert. Lovely. Excellent. And you can have who should we have? Sarah Brightman and Michael, what was it? Oh, who did the lead? Can't remember. It'll come. Excellent. What about an opera on Thursday? What are you drawn to opera-wise?
Not so much. I couldn't tell you. Oh yeah,
Right.
actually, perhaps I can. If I can come up with her name, she sang with Freddie Mercury, Spanish opera singer.
Montserrat Caballé.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah, yes.
wonderful. Yeah, that's that they recorded that for the the Seville Olympics, I think, in '92.
Really, I have that CD. It's just it's thin. I cannot stop listening to it. But other than that, I don't listen to a lot of opera. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if she's still with us. I think she is, but fantastic, incredible voice. So we'll
yes.
probably choose an opera for her to star in. And I think we'll do Tosca.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we're in a big cinema, IMAX, big screen, perfect seats. What film?
Um, Cinema Paradiso.
Oh, lovely. I've tried watching that, but it's subtitled, isn't it? I struggle.
Yes, it's Italian too.
Yeah,
It's yeah, it is it's so heartwarming. If you don't know it, it's about a little boy who in a little tiny town in Italy who befriends a man who's about behind the camera in a tiny little movie theater, and they become friends, and he learns the tricks and becomes a major film director in the world.
wow. I'm
Yeah.
going to have to rewatch that, I think. That sounds great. What a great week. Now we're nearly there. The next day in Bangkok, actually, I'm going to take you up to Chiang Mai now. And we've found a wonderful area where we can have a picnic. And we're bringing caterers in and the works. And I'm going to set the table for 4. One of the seats is for you. The other 3 seats can be anyone you jolly well like. And they can be living or dead, perhaps people who have inspired you or influenced you in your life, perhaps people who would get on together, or perhaps people who might spark off a bit together and in the conversations. You can have anyone you like there. So who might you want to invite? Which
So
3 people?
get 3. Um, Leonardo da Vinci,
Nice.
Amelia Earhart,
Of flying
uh,
fame, yes.
Charles Dickens.
Wow, that's going to be an interesting lunch.
Oh, yes. Wow. Yeah, can you make that happen, Mark?
Yeah, wouldn't that be wonderful? Somebody who did this with me recently took a strange approach to it. They said, I'm going to invite the person I want there. I'm going to invite the person I think that person would want there.
Oh,
And then
that's
I'm going to invite the person I think that person might want there. So that was very clever.
fascinating. Yeah,
Yeah.
clever, huh?
I can't remember. I do so many of these. I can't remember exactly who it was, but
Oh, wow.
somebody
Interesting.
else chose their whole family, which was nice.
Huh, wow.
Now you're in Chiang Mai. You've got a day off, and we're coming to the end of the sort of initial period of time before you start your research into the mind and the arts and resilience and control and compassion, all of those things that you're going to research, which is great. And you have a day off and you can do whatever you like. Now, you have anything you need, we can provide. Helicopters, hot air balloons, private jets, limousines, guides. What would you like? We can close museums for you and art galleries. You'll be treated like the Beckhams. So what would you like to do on your day off?
I think I would like to hop on a bus and without a destination and be dropped off near a boat that I could go on and just no destination and discover what's there that I don't know. That's out in the blue, out in the unknown.
I love that. I'm just gonna, yeah, I've written down no destination. There's a blog post in that.
Oh yeah.
So you would actively allow the world and the universe to give you an experience.
Yes.
Love that. Now you're back on the plane, I'm afraid. You've had a great year. I hope you've enjoyed it.
It's been fun.
Your friends and family have been out to visit, all expenses paid, but you're on the way home now. The book deal is signed. The TV show is going to be edited when you get back. And the steward comes back to you, brings you another chilled glass of Pinot Grigio and a note from your benefactor saying, the musical limitations have now been lifted, so you can listen to things other than classical music if you wish now. What's the first piece of music that you want to listen to that isn't classical?
Well, Mark Knopfler comes to mind again, but so does a Danish artist that was kind of like just a popular Danish artist called Kim Larsen. He was not a great musical talent, perhaps, but he was the essence of Danish, and it's my fallback.
Fantastic. You can have both. You can have Sultans of Swing and him. Excellent. There we go. That's it. You're home. You've had a lovely year. I hope you've enjoyed your fantasy cultural year.
Oh my God. I think I'm going to take off on that. Do something with it.
I'm going to set up a travel agency so that we can actually make this a real thing. That would be great.
Oh my God. You'll be flooded.
Now I've got another little game I'd like to play with you. This is fast-paced, instinctive. I'm going to give you two options and you have to choose one. Okay?
Okay.
We don't need to know why, but we need to. So here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
Sparkling or still?
Still.
Mac or PC?
Mac.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Radio or television?
Radio.
High heels or sneakers?
Oh, disappointed. No, I don't wear sneakers really. So
high heels it is then.
High heels.
Peas or Brussels sprouts?
Peas.
Call someone or text them?
Call.
A window seat or an aisle seat?
Window seat.
Milk or dark chocolate?
Dark chocolate.
Boiled egg or fried egg?
Fried egg.
Concert hall or sports stadium?
Concert hall.
Cats or dogs?
Cats.
Test the water or dive in at the deep end?
Dive in at the deep end.
Yeah. Orange juice, bits or no bits?
Bits.
Library or a museum for an hour?
Oh, that's cruel. Museum.
Beethoven or Mozart?
Mozart.
A shower or a bath?
Shower.
Cooking or being cooked for?
Cooking.
Fiction or non-fiction?
That's cruel too. Fiction.
Sand or snow?
Sand.
Shopping online or shopping in store?
In store.
Reggae or salsa?
Salsa.
Indoors or outdoors?
Outdoors.
Android or iPhone?
Android.
Start immediately or wait until the last minute?
Got a little of both. Start immediately.
Science. Science or history?
History.
New York or Los Angeles?
New York.
Careful. Early morning or early hours?
Early morning.
Messy desk or tidy desk?
Messy desk.
Plan it or wing it?
Planet.
Red or white wine?
White.
Batman or Superman?
Superman.
Numbers or words?
Words.
Rare or well done?
Rare.
Mild or spicy?
Spicy.
And finally, oh, another one. Bedroom door, open or closed?
Open.
Finally, see the future or change the past?
See the future.
Excellent. That's got the lottery. That's got the lottery numbers in it.
Well, it's
Bente,
very provoking. Yeah.
I know. You know what's funny though? Nobody's ever interviewed me and done this. So
Can I do it?
Oh, I'd love you to do it. You'd have to come up with a new list though, because I've almost know these by heart now. So
I'll do it.
excellent. Bente, thank you so much for sparing the time to come and say hello to everyone. I'm sure people will love this. We'll publish it as soon as we can. As I said, there'll be lots of links to you and the work you do in the profile in which this sits. But thank you once again for being one of our full members. As you know, we're solely member funded. We don't have any sponsors, grant making bodies, advertisers or shareholders telling us what to do. And so I very much appreciate the support that you give by being one of our full members. So thank you for that. Have you enjoyed this?
It was very exciting. It's been a lot of fun and very
What a lovely
inspiring.
way to end the week, eh?
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
Mark.
much. Thank you, Bente.
Thank you, Mark. Bye, everybody.